My name is Henrik Floodhammar, and I want to talk to you about Jaguar Falls in Panama. I came to this valley in 2001 with a dream to help a forest regrow and to find a way to keep it safe for all future. I was working for the United Nations as the Deputy Director of the Regional Office for Policy Advice. But I stayed in Panama and I got to realize my dream. I got to buy this piece of land together with a friend from Sweden, and we asked advice from the best we could find, the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute. And based on their advice, we made a plan for how to regenerate this degraded ecosystem. It had been cut down to moving cattle. We planted some fruit trees, and then the birds came back and brought seeds. But above all, the land was so recently deforested, so the plants were still in the ground when they came back. And now, 18 years later, we have the first photos of jaguars coming back to our land. And that makes us really happy. So, land can be used in a sustainable way. Cattle farming is not sustainable here. The valley is too steep, it rains too much, and when you move cattle in, you have to work hard, cut down the trees, burn them, get the cattle in, defend them against the jaguar. And then after a few years, the land is not fertile anymore. You have to move further into the forest and cut down more forest. The jaguar is an endangered species. And when I came there, the only jaguar I saw was a dead jaguar, a stuffed head above the bar in San Miguel. It had been shot right by the Jaguar Falls, by the waterfall. What we have been doing is offer alternatives. We now have 3 eco-tourism operations, and they're all Panamanian, and they make livelihoods from this forest. They come to Jaguar Falls, they bring their tourists, they help us because they look after the forest. There's now less illegal hunting and less logging, all thanks to the people who came here and who saw value in the forest. And now there are many more who know about Jaguar Falls, who care about it, and who love this area. And that means more people protecting it. So this land produces clear water every day of the year. It absorbs carbon dioxide. This forest absorbs about the same amount that 100 people in Sweden emits every year. We have made that part of the dream come true. We have a refuge for the jaguar, we have trees growing. So how will we keep this safe in the future? The answer is to get friends and allies who work with us and to make this forest a resource for neighbors and for Panama and for the world. In the big scale, the United Nations have declared 2021 to 2030 the decade of ecosystem restoration. And Panama is supporting that. Panama has launched the Alianza por el Millón, the alliance to plant 1 million hectares of forest or to regenerate forest in 20 years. We are part of that. So together with Panama, United Nations and the neighbors, we will make sure this forest keeps growing and is safe. And the jaguar will take care of itself as long as it has its forest. And this part is the most important part of all Americas because North America comes together in Central America, and then in Panama, there's only 70 kilometers from the Caribbean to the Pacific Ocean, and then it goes out to Colombia and down to Brazil. And the jaguar can move up and down there, and they need to keep the gene pool healthy. If we can provide that, they will breed and they will grow back in numbers. Right now, nobody knows how many jaguars there are. There might be only 15,000. We now have a forest that grew back from a cattle ranch area. So we want to plant more fruit trees and make it a safe haven. How will we do this? Well, we will learn from the best, learn from the neighbors, learn from those who were there before us, and learn from you. There are many good projects all over the world close to you. So work locally with people caring for the environment, enjoying nature, restoring ecosystems, and work with us. welcome you to be part of this plan, this dream, this vision, this conversation.